Welcome to another edition of the Recruiting Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. Mighty Joe, man, there's been just a lot of good news on the recruiting trail here recently. I mean, Texas Tech picked up 12 commits this summer. They've moved up in the rankings both nationally and in the Big 12. So I'm not saying they're where they want to be, but boy, it sure does look a lot better than it did, 2 months ago, you know, where they only had 2 commits on the list. And a big part of this growth is the way the Red Raiders have aggressively gone after West Texas recruits. What's been your takeaway from that approach?
Well, I mean, I love it. It's an old military adage that before you can do anything else, you got to secure your base.
Sure.
You've got to be able to defend the spot that you are right now. And West Texas is Texas Tech's base. They need to be able to get these guys. I mean, if you can't convince the local guys to come play for you,
right,
then how much success are you going to be able to have going out to Dallas and Houston and convince guys to come out here? So I think it's kind of an index of the health of the program in terms of overall impressions that are being created, and Matt Wells himself and his staff, that they have convinced these guys to stay here. Because, I mean, I remember in times in the past, I mean, I'm talking about like 70s through the 80s, there was plenty of talent in West Texas and in Lubbock as well. I mean, Lubbock Estacado High School and Dunbar to some extent, plenty of talent, and it hardly ever stayed home. I mean, that stuff was going to Texas. It is. I mean, it hurt my pride. Yeah. But these guys were going to UT, they were going to Oklahoma, some of them, even Baylor was coming in and beating Tech. No kidding, man. Get them straight out of East Lubbock. Wow. And Tech was losing.
It's amazing how the correlation there.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So, I mean, I just tend to be of a belief that, it's just going to be a sign of how well the program does, is how well it recruits West Texas players, and so far it looks good.
Yeah, it really does. Just to speak on that, just the 2 most recent announced commitments are 2 really good ones from West Texas. One, John Holcomb, tight end, a guy I'm really impressed with, 6'4", 6'5", very fast. He's a track guy as well, competed well in the state track meet, for Wellington, which is crazy because what are they doing in Wellington to produce these guys? Yeah. Of course you got of course you got Robertson, who's already on the, on the team, 6'11", 340, or 330 or 340, just a giant out there. Looks like Andre the Giant out there. He really does. It's crazy. And then Holcomb, who just committed. So obviously tight end is going to be a point of emphasis, a position of emphasis moving forward. It's how they want to do a lot of things as far as dictate when they want to run the ball on offense, according to David Yost. So getting a guy like Holcomb and getting him to stay, he had offers from other schools now, some like other Big 12 schools, other Power 5 offers, and it was only going to grow. So that's a huge get for me, Monty Joe. And then another guy, LB Moore, and this is out of Amarillo. You hardly ever get guys out of Amarillo. You want to talk about losing recruiting wars. I mean, how many Amarillo guys have gone to Oklahoma State in the last 20 years and kicked Tech's butt? Yeah. I mean, and it's just this kind of prospect, this kind of defensive end, linebacker, pass rushing dude who has a little bit of an edge to him and a lot of athleticism, LB Moore. But, man, you keep him in the fence, as Matt Wells likes to say, and I think that's a huge get, Joe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm thrilled to get that. I mean, the guy you were talking about, those guys going to Oklahoma State, Castleman.
Yes.
That defensive tackle. Yes. If I remember correctly, he might have actually been committed to Tech for a while. Yeah. And then they come in, and again, that hurts your parts. to have that happen, and
especially when he kicks your butt.
He did.
Big plays against Tech.
He sure did. He turned out to be a pretty good player. So this time we got the guy, and we hope he has even a better career than Castleman here at Texas Tech, and maybe he can return the favor to the Cowboys.
They have a third commit who's actually going to be playing here in West Texas, actually in Lubbock at Friendship. It's their quarterback commit, Donovan Smith. He's been at Bishop Gorman, which is a powerhouse program. It's a national program in Las Vegas, but his dad, DeAndre Smith, is the running back coach here at Texas Tech. He's been a guy they've known. He's actually played quarterback for most of his youth coming up. He was one of their best receivers at Bishop Gorman last year, but 6'4", 200, athletic, really nice arm. He's going to run the show at Friendship, so I'm going to be out there for sure. I'm going to go see him at least once or twice. All of a sudden, there's actually a lot of recruits. I'm going to be busy on Friday nights now, unlike in my first several years here, because there are some really good recruits in West Texas now and in Lubbock that I'm really excited about, that Tech are really on, or other teams in the Big 12 are really on. So it's going to be really exciting to see how that plays out. There's some Coronado, Cooper, Friendship, all those guys have some really good talent that are the division, like legitimate Division I talent beyond just Texas Tech. So showing interest. So I'm really excited about that, and it's going to be huge to see how Wells's connections, how he's opened up the program to the local high school football coaches, and how that pays off, the dividends it pays off on the recruiting trail, because no doubt that's a big part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I would be quite happy if Coach Wells made a specific effort to decide to kind of stamp a West Texas brand on this program. And that doesn't mean you don't go after everybody else that's great too, obviously.
Dallas is always going to be
important. Sure.
Houston's going to be important. Oh, they're going to go to Oklahoma a lot because that's where a lot of them are from.
But yeah, and anybody out in New Mexico you're going to go after who's worth it. And so, yeah, you're not going to win just on West Texas guys. But, look, I mean, if you can kind of brand this program as the program of West Texas, that's going to help you get those West Texas guys. It's going to help you defend that base. And so, I mean, I like to think that maybe that's the direction that they're headed. And if they are, then I applaud that. I think it's a good move.
Yeah, quite honestly, there's no excuse for this not to be the program of West Texas and part of the Southwest. You know what I mean? Like a big part of the recruits in the Southwest. Of course, you got Arizona and Arizona State in the mix there, but I mean, it should be one of the premier football programs in this region. But Mighty Joe, great stuff from you as always. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time.